Hello, my lovely Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for April 2024 already. This is a general reading for you, my lovely Aquarius. It's a reading for Aquarius sun, rising and moon sign. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book that reading from there. That will be specific to you. My lovely Aquarius, I've been meditating on your energy, and what I'm getting for your channeled message this month is avoidance. And it's not that you're needing to avoid something, but rather you're needing to face it. There's an element of avoidance of some aspect of who you are, some aspect of you. April's going to call upon you to really view what it is you're trying to avoid. If a situation, a person, a job, whatever it is comes up and you think, oh no, anything but that, then maybe that's what you're needing to shed light on. That's what you're needing to look at. It's about facing those situations, people, opportunities, whatever shape it takes, facing that with, I want to say, dedication, with effort, having a look at what is being shone on that. As you try and move towards the light, as you try and raise your vibration, as you try and be more, as you work towards, rather than try, but as you work towards being more positive. The closer you get to the light, the more light there is, the longer the shadow. There it is for you to have a look at. What is it that you're needing to have a look at? What is it that you're needing to work with? Very interesting for you this month. What aspects of your life are you avoiding that you need to cast some light on, to have a look at? Is it opening up your heart chakra? Is it a relationship that you've reached a point and you think, oh, no, making excuses or getting reasons why that relationship needs to end? Is there something that you're needing to face? When there's at work, if there's a promotion coming up and you think, no, I'll never do it. What is it that you're avoiding? What is it that you're not looking at? What aspect of you that needs to be brought out into the light to have a look at? A business that you might want to start, a venture that you want to begin. Are you avoiding something? Are you making excuses not to do something? What is it that's going on there? There's some questions for you to ponder. They're delving deep and getting the answers. I'm going to draw a card from my Archetypes deck. Let's have a look at what archetype you're going to be working with in April, which will be very interesting. Let's have a look, my lovely Aquarius. Here we go. Okay, let's have a look. So, it's interesting. You've got the shadow. The shadow, that's an interesting one. You can become very zealous and committed to working with the shadow. Let's eliminate it. Let's work with it. Let's get rid of it. The shadow is something that is always going to be there. It's always something that is there for us to work with. Rather than eliminating it, it's recognizing that it's there. How does it fit into our lives? It's the yin and yang, the black and white, the duality of our existence. The shadow is something that we work with, that is there for you to work with. It's not something that is ever eliminated. I'll work with it and I'll eliminate it. It's not, because it will be replaced by something else. It's about acknowledging it, working with it, rather than avoiding it or ignoring it. I'm going to read for you what that is, because it's always put so well in words. Let's have a look. The shadow is an interesting one. Some people think, oh yeah, I'll work on my shadow, I'll get rid of it. You never get rid of it. It's always there. It's part of who you are. It's part of what makes you. Okay. The shadow, we often think the shadow can be purified, illuminated. Let me hold it up for you. Purified, illuminated. and made right through effort and achievement. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. By rejecting parts of ourselves and the world, we begin to separate from the whole. Rather than getting to know the qualities and content of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. And that's what your channeled message, what was that? It's about avoidance. This is denial. When this card appears, it is time to take inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with no, anything but that, you are touching shadow. Find support for this deep inner work and move towards the shadow with patience and compassion, incorporating that in who you are. Interesting, isn't it? They're interesting things to contemplate when you're working with the shadow. But it's about avoidance, Aquarius. Let's see how that fits into your monthly reading. Let's take that deep dive. I'm going to draw a card from, wrong deck. I'm going to draw a card from my Divine Animal Oracle deck. Let's have a look at what forms part of your totem this month. I'm also hearing, don't use humour to disguise your shadow. That's very much coming through for you. So that's interesting, isn't it? We often do that, don't we? We use humour to disguise deeper issues, deeper things that we want to look at. What have you got? You've got the goat. Interesting, isn't it, my lovely Aquarius? You've got the goat. And the goat is about reliability, relying on yourself, relying on what you know, standing strong, standing solid. Look how solid that goat is, standing solid, standing on solid ground, being able to traverse the very difficult pathways up a mountain. Goats are very good at that. They're very grounded. They're really sure-footed. It's about moving forward, being sure-footed. So when you are coming up to facing something in April, call in the goat energy, because there's nothing that you can't work through or overcome or work with. The goat energy is very stable. It's very reliable. There's nothing fickle and uncertain about it. It's what I'm getting for you, my lovely Aquarius. Let me create your Celtic Cross. Let's take the deep dive into April. Let's see what is there. Oh, I like this. I like this. So there's going to be some really positive things for you to work through. Some really positive, very timely opportunities. I like it. What are your plans for April? What are you working towards? What's unfolding for you, my lovely Aquarius? One more card and then we will take that deep dive, because I'm just considering your energy here. Let's have a look at what's coming through for you. Okay, so let's have a look. First thing that I'm getting here is for you is the Nine of Swords. This is about sleepless nights, could be anxiety, could be what are you thinking about, what are you needing to look at, what are you needing to face. There's going to be some triggers here, some opportunities coming up that are going to call on you for having some courage in moving forward. So there's change afoot. There's things that are going to occur in the beginning of April that will create some sort of change or some sort of determination in you facing what you're needing to face. Now, for some, it could be a relationship that's coming up for you, reaching a point of commitment or becoming more serious. And instead of reflecting back on, I've been in relationships before and they haven't worked. Do I want to put my heart on my sleeve? Do I want to continue with this relationship? There's fear there. There's uncertainty. There's distrust. That's your shadow. Turn around and face it. And think, well, that's my shadow. I'm feeling like that because of what's happened in my past. Doesn't mean it's going to repeat in my future. There's an opportunity here for a promotion or taking on more responsibility at work and fearing that, what if I don't get it right? When you were a child, were you good enough? Were you supported? Were you told, well, you can't do that, you're not clever enough, you're not able enough? What is occurring for you? What thought processes are occurring for you? What do you need to look at? What do you need to bring up to the light and understand why you're feeling like that? It's learning to understand your shadow, because it doesn't go away, but if you understand it, you understand where the root of it is, then you can, it doesn't stop you from moving on and taking on new challenges in your life. So how does that fit for you? Where does it fit for you? It'll be interesting to see what comes up for you, what triggers come up, what opportunities come up, and what your self-talk is like, what's going on there. Then looking at, well, where does that come from? Where is the root of that emotion, thought pattern, feeling? Interesting, isn't it? Then as we move through, I like this, as we move through April, you've got the Lady, which is the Empress in a traditional deck. I'm using the Droid Craft Tarot here. The Empress, so there's new plans, new ideas, new motivations, the birth of new ideas, the birth of a new business, the birth of new study, the birth of a new chapter. What's going on here? What are you creating that has got tremendous potential here? There's tremendous potential, there's fulfillment, there's growth, there's sustenance, there's great opportunities coming up for you. So there you go. That's where your shadow comes in, because the potential is there and it's about you embracing it. It's interesting because it's crossed with the world. That's what it looks like. It's crossed with the world, and the world is your oyster. It's filled with opportunities. So I want to tell you that you take off in the beginning of April with an absolute bang. You just really, opportunities are there, potential is there, ready for you to embrace the successes of your efforts, of your work, of whatever you're planning to do, whatever movements. It could be in your personal life, in your career. What does it look like for you? When those fears come up, that's time for you to look at your shadow and go, okay, because something's happened in the past, it doesn't mean it's going to repeat itself in the future. I understand, I see you, shadow, I shine light on you, shadow, and I understand where you've come from. Because I'm understanding that, you're going to really blossom. You're going to really embrace these changes. It's filled with tremendous opportunity, because there's rebirth here. There is rebirth here. Absolutely. This is a new beginning. Rabbits represent part of your totem. Here we go. As well as the goat, you've got rabbits. Rabbits are about cycles, multiplying, growth, expansion. They breed like rabbits, as you hear. You know, there's that works in cycles. That works in cycles, building strong foundations. There's a very, very strong gateway or doorway for you to move through. But this is you in the subconscious. You're so ready to take on the challenges. You're so ready to bring in the change in your life. What changes are you creating in your life? What changes are you taking steps towards? I like that. You see, there's a naked boy there, and in that nakedness, there's vulnerability. So it's about you putting yourself in that vulnerable position of really delving deep, bringing these things up. Who do you want to be? What changes are you putting in place? What changes are you bringing about for yourself? I love that. I love that. How does that translate into your reality? Well, you've got the World, you've got the Empress, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. It's just Gee whiz, my lovely Aquarius, you are really going to hit the ground running. The opportunities are there. The energy is really sped up. I feel like it's a quick energy. I feel like things are going to happen quickly. I feel like change is going to come in quickly. There's got huge potential there. This is another gateway, another doorway, another opening. Here's this bear coming out of hibernation. When bears come out of hibernation, they're hungry. What are you hungry for? Success, changing your look, changing your outlook, changing your career, moving to a new state. What are you hungry for? What do you want to bring into your life? What reality do you want to bring into your life? It's Pentacles. So that's about abundance. It's about everything that is solid, that is secure. Your living, your working, your finances, you physically. It's everything that is grounded. I love that, because you've got two gateways. This is what you're desiring. This is what you're desiring. This is what you want to manifest, and this is what comes about because of your manifestation, because of your positive outlook, because of what you want to create and what you want to bring in around you. Filled with so much potential, so much potential. And then you know, as you move through, you get the Four of Swords. And so this is time out. This is for you. Time out. It's time that you need to reflect. It's time that you need to meditate. It's time that you need to have a stock take, go for walks, have a massage, do some nice things for you, read a book, just switch off for a bit, because in the beginning of April, things are going to be really falling into place very, very quickly. You're making decisions. There's new opportunities. There's a new way of doing things. There's new things that are coming into your life, as well as working with what are your fears, what's holding you back, what has held you back, what's happened in the past that you're needing to leave in the past. So, you know, there's all of that's emotionally a big deal. And so you're going to come to a point in the end of week 2, beginning of week 3, where you think, oh, I need some time out. It's about really giving yourself that space, giving yourself that time, giving yourself that opportunity to go for walks, to have massages, to meditate, to read a book, to just be. And in just being, it's going to just allow things to level out within you, within your soul, within your spirit, just to level out, and then have that flow and that clear thinking, processing. Even when we don't do anything, you think, oh, I'm not doing anything, but you're processing, you're re-energizing, ready for that next part of April. And that's pretty good too, because you've got the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is about looking at where you want to be, setting those goals, looking at the distance, being patient. This is about patience. You've set your plans, you've set your goals, you've identified where you want to be and what you want to do, and then it's about, okay, let's just watch what unfolds. Let it come to me when the time is right. What appears to be in the distance will move towards you. Your goals will come towards you, but it's not about pushing them or forcing the issue. It's about, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what comes about. Let's be patient with this. Let's be patient with this. You've also got the Three of Pentacles, because once you're patient, once you get that clarification, once you start seeing things unfold, then it's about working towards your goals. What do you want? Because the more effort you put in something, the more benefit you're going to reap from it. I feel like you're being observed, you're being watched by your guides, you're being watched by your tribe to see what you're wanting, to see what they can do to help you. But there's also others that are watching you. Not everyone around you is going to have your best interests at heart. So just be aware of how much you want to tell people that you're doing. If they're watching you, just be aware of their presence as well, and continue to do what you're needing to do. There's also a cat there, which is part of your totem. Cats move between the underworld and this dimension. They bring messages. They're very spiritual animals. And so there is that communication with using your intuition, connecting with the higher realms as well, which is going to help you. But the more effort you put into your projects, into what you're wanting, the more rewards you're going to reap. You've also got the Eight of Pentacles, and the eight is a very fortuitous number. It's a number of luck and good fortune. The Eight of Pentacles, you're going to be very busy. By the end of April, there's a real busyness about you. It's about putting your plans into action, working towards your goals, really striving to achieve what you're wanting to achieve. You're going to be busy, but you're going to reap the rewards. It's almost immediate. When you've got a project or something that you're doing either at work, or it could be in your home life, within a relationship, you're going to see rewards almost immediately. So anything that comes your way, it's well worth the effort, my lovely Aquarius. You've also then got the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles is about cutting away dead wood, cutting away what is not needed, cutting away what is not necessary. By pruning the tree of your life, you're going to have new growth. It's when you prune away the dead branches that aren't producing anything that it stimulates new, fresh growth, new ideas, new opportunities, new thinking, new achievements, new desires. So what is it that you're wanting? So there's a little bit of effort here in clearing away the debris. Let's clear it away. That's also part of your shadow. What isn't necessary? What are you carrying around that you don't need, that you can move on? It's going to be a month you're going to see remarkable results. Remarkable results. And then when you realize if there's anything there that brings up doubts, or your thought process, you might have negative thoughts or negative self-talk. It's about looking at that and going, okay, well, where's that come from? Really investigating that so that it's not creating blocks for you. There's no stumbling stones there for you. The path is clear for you to be successful. The card you got with the Divine Abundance deck is trust. Trust. Allow me, Divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. Trust. Butterflies are about transformation. So I'll read that for you again. Allow me, Divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. Handing it over. Bringing it in. Bringing it in, because you've also got divine abundance, which is yours. Divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao, which is meditative, and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. That might be part of your shadow, mightn't it? Let's see. Let's see. My lovely Aquarius, I wish you love, light, and many blessings. Enjoy the journey through April, because it's a journey of discovery. It really is a journey of discovery that carries with it tremendous potential. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can follow the link below to my website and book that reading from there. I wish you love, light, and many blessings, my lovely Aquarius.